Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is said to introduce many new twists and turns as well as revelations into this film that'll make us view both The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi in a different way, especially for the characters of Rey and Kylo Ren in this story. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one aspect of Episode 9 that a lot of fans are really looking forward to is, of course, exactly how JJ is going to utilize all of the action sequences that are going to be a part of this story, such as the space battles, the land battles, the lightsaber duels, and so on and so forth. And what's really great about this film is that we, yes, do know that lightsaber duels are going to be a thing, something that should have been a thing in The Last Jedi between both Kylo Ren and Luke in the real way, in the traditional way. Now, what's really exciting is that these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, shot descriptions consisting of both Kylo Ren and Rey, where it's described that they are fighting on top of the First Order headquarters. Kylo is described to be fighting Rey with his helmet on, where a number of TIE interceptors are seen being shot down in the background, and crashing into the side of the building, where Kylo and Rey are dueling in front of a large explosion. The next describes the Millennium Falcon drifting by to pick up Rey, while Kylo Ren is down from another explosion, where Rey is running to escape from Kylo, where the ramp of the Falcon lowers as Poe is sticking his hand out to grab Rey, only for Kylo to grab hold of Rey's ankle before she makes the jump. The Falcon is forced to leave as other TIE fighters are firing at the Millennium Falcon, where Rey strikes a part of Kylo's helmet with her saber, causing him to back off. Another goes over Rey running toward one of the speeders that are on top of the base, where she boards and rides off the top of the base, where Kylo grabs the other one and begins to chase her. The speeders are said to fly around 150 feet high from the ground, almost like the swoop bikes from Solo: A Star Wars Story. The last goes over Kylo firing at Rey's speeder, where it begins to show smoke, where they eventually crash into one of the rocks, where their lightsaber duel begins to resume between themselves in front of the large battle between the First Order and the Resistance. So I want to go over a couple of parts about Episode 9 here and the ending sequence between both Rey and Kylo. Now, obviously, this is a real lightsaber duel. This is not the flash fight that a lot of people have, been really, expressing their mixed reactions about. This is the authentic lightsaber duel between both Rey and Kylo Ren before the flash fights begin. And the thing about this is that this all takes place on top of the First Order headquarters. And what I like about this is that not only does it sound very dramatic, it also sounds like a great moment in which we have, of course, Poe on board of the Millennium Falcon, trying to help Rey before they have to escape from some of the TIE interceptors, firing at the Falcon. So we have a moment here in which we do have Rey and Kylo Ren fighting, where Kylo is fighting Rey while he's even wearing the helmet. Now, that's going to be a very interesting piece of imagery that we have never seen before in the sequel trilogy, is of course to see Kylo Ren fighting Rey while he's wearing his helmet. I think that's going to be a very interesting take on a Star Wars film that fans have never seen before in the Star Wars franchise. I don't think that we've ever really seen that visually or in an artistic way, where Kylo is wearing the helmet against Rey. That's going to be a very interesting way to do things. So we can see how J.J. Abrams is trying to make Kylo Ren more menacing and seem more evil during the lightsaber duel by giving him that helmet once again, since it does now have a lot of cracks in it that glow in a red crystalline adhesive type of thing. And I think that this is going to be a sequence that's going to be very much, one of the ones that stand out the most in the third act of the film. Now, the other piece that I do want to go over is how it eventually actually progresses to a moment in which we have both Rey and Kylo Ren hopping on these speeders that actually launch off of the roof of the First Order headquarters. Now, these speeders are said to fly around 150 feet high off of the ground as Rey and Kylo Ren are chasing each other. So this, once again, like I always say, is yet another parallel to that of Return of the Jedi, where both Luke and Leia are chasing the stormtroopers on the forest moon of Endor, the scout troopers. Very iconic scene, and you can already see how JJ is basically taking that idea and making it into something completely new and different, where now the main hero and the main villain alright, is actually chasing each other on these different speeders that we've never seen before in the Star Wars franchise that actually fly very high in the sky. Now, the other piece that I do want to go over is how it eventually leads to a crash scene where one of the characters crash into a rock. Now, this is where the actual flash fights begin, which is, of course, after the speeder chase battle between both Rey and Kylo Ren. They even actually have a moment in which both Rey and Kylo are clashing their lightsabers together as they are chasing each other on their speeders side by side. And that's going to be a very interesting piece of imagery that I don't even think that we've seen before on the big screen between a Jedi and a Sith, or a light side and a dark side user. So props to JJ for that. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below and let me know what you think about all of this below in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.